What's going on, everybody? This is Sean Terrell, host of the Belt of the Books YouTube channel, and today I'm be going over my NBA picks and predictions for November 10th. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this. First game up, we have the Washington Wizards at the Detroit Pistons, 7 o'clock p.m. EST. Quick injury news: Bilal Coulibaly is still out for the Washington Wizards. And for the Detroit Pistons, Isaiah Stewart and Tobias Harris are both listed as game time decisions, while also the Pistons are on a back-to-back with travel. Pistons currently favored by 11.5, over under 235.5. Pistons have been playing really, really good basketball. They're the hottest team, honestly, in the East right now. That's why they're sitting at the number one seed. But this is a sneaky spot to fade the Pistons right here. This is almost kind of like a trap game. Even though the Pistons are coming back home after their road outing against Philly, which was a great win, I just think coming back home and being favored by 11.5, I just don't know, because like I said, the Pistons could be so up and down, and I just think that this is just one of those spots where I think the Wizards can really get them. So yeah, I would lean the Wizards plus the 11.5. I mean, I think that's too many points now. I know betting the Washington Wizards is absolutely nasty work, and you never want to bet the Wizards. I mean, you really want to sit and watch the Wizards and hope and pray that they can cover 11.5 on a hot Pistons team at home. I'm just fading the spot in the situation for, for the Pistons. And, you just don't know the health of, and the status of Isaiah Stewart and Tobias Harris. Now, if those two guys are in, oh boy, then this game could probably get ugly. So I would definitely watch the injury report. If you were to bet this game, I would bet it close to tip, maybe 6 o'clock. The line may have moved and stuff like that, but you don't know by what it's going. But as an early lean right now, I lean the Wizards plus the 11.5. Like I said, just fading the spot for the Pistons, especially them being on a back-to-back with travel. Next game up, we got the Los Angeles Lakers at the Charlotte Hornets, 7 o'clock p.m. EST. Lakers favored by 8.5, over under 231.5. Quick injury update: Austin Reeves is a game time decision for the Lakers, and for the Hornets, Miles Bridges is a game time decision. LaMelo Ball is still out for the Hornets. Same as LeBron James is still out for the Lakers. Simple here. The Hornets have not been playing really good. They have not been playing good basketball at all as of late. I've been making money with the Hornets early in the season, betting them and backing them, but they just have not been good. And with that injury report for them and Miles Bridges, being a game time decision, I just don't like the Hornets in this spot. I think the Lakers can come in here and absolutely put belt to ass. I just think this is just a really, really bad spot for the Hornets. Lakers coming off of a loss. I think they're mad. I think they're hungry. I think they're gonna take their anger out on somebody. And sure enough, it just had to be the lowly Hornets. And like I said, I know this is a road game for the Lakers, but that does not matter for me. Because like I said, the Hornets are just so banged up. It's just so banged up. You're relying on, rookies to play premium maximum minutes. And I just don't think it's going to be good going against a really good Lakers team right here. I think this Lakers squad still continues their dominance. I think they're head and shoulders the better basketball team. And 8.5, I think it's too little. I think the Lakers will win this game by double digits. I think they can probably win this game by 20 plus, honestly. So I wouldn't mind a Lakers alt spread either. But definitely lean Lakers in this one. Next game up, we have the Portland Trailblazers at the Orlando Magic. 7 o'clock p.m. EST. Magic currently favored by 2.5, over under 235.5. Quick injury news real quick. Mo Wagner is a game time decision. Is this his first game of the year? Who knows? Probably won't know until an hour before tip. But and also the Magic on a back-to-back. They played yesterday at home against the Celtics, in which they absolutely laid an egg and lost the game outright. I just don't know what to do with this Magic team. They were really, really bad to start the season ATS. Then they won I don't know, 3-4 straight games and covered. And then, home game against Celtics and they get spanked at the crib. I mean, I think the Magic are just going back to, they're just going to stop covering games. And like I said, Magic are being favored by 2.5, especially on a back-to-back. I just don't like this spot for the Magic. So honestly, give me Portland outright money line and the plus 2.5. And also, I'd probably lean under too, the under 235.5. I think both teams are going to do pretty decent defensively, and they both match up really well against each other. But I'll take Portland. Portland's been in many of these spots. Facing teams on a back-to-back, and Portland, getting it done. But I say that to say this: Portland has faced a lot of teams on their back-to-back when Portland was at home. Now they're facing a team that's on the back-to-back, and Portland's on the road. So let's see how they handle this on the road. I still think that they can get the outright win. I'm not saying that the Trailblazers are better than the Magic. The Magic are a better team, but you just cannot trust Orlando right now with their current form. So give me Portland plus the 2.5 and lean the under 235.5 in this one. Next game up, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers at the Miami Heat, 7:30 p.m. EST. Cavs are currently favored by 7.5, over under 247.5. Bam Adebayo is still out for the Miami Heat. That's going to be huge in this game. Not having Bam, I think Cleveland can feast on the boards with Mobley and Allen, which is going to lead to a lot of second chance points, a lot of offensive rebounds. I just think this game is going to get ugly real fast. It's going to get ugly. If I had to lean, I would lean the over because I still think Miami will still be able to score on this Cleveland team. But I just think this is just a really bad matchup for the Heat, especially down low, close to the rim. I think Cleveland has the advantage head and shoulders easily. So I would honestly probably lean Cleveland minus 7.5 and the over 247.5. If you're looking for a couple player props, like I said, Cleveland's going to own the advantage on the boards. So maybe Jared Allen or Evan Mobley over their rebound totals here, and maybe over their points because I can see them getting a lot of rebounds and getting fouled and going to the charity stripe. So yeah, I could definitely see over points and rebounds for Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, but lean Cavs minus the 7.5 and the over 247.5 in this one. Next game up, we got my favorite team, the San Antonio Spurs at the Chicago Bulls, 8 o'clock p.m. EST. Spurs are currently favored by 3.5, over under 237.5. Some quick injury news. Luke Cornett is a game time decision. Patrick Williams is listed as probable, so he is most likely going to suit up for this game. And Josh Giddey is on the injury report as a game time decision. That is very huge for the Chicago Bulls team. Giddey pretty much runs that offense, and he runs it very well. They need him if they think they're going to cover this game. If Josh Giddey plays, I don't like not backing my team, but the Bulls have just been so good ATS this season, especially at home where they play their best brand of basketball. Granted, De'Aaron Fox is back for the Spurs. So, that gives Spurs their much-needed ball handler instead of letting Stephon Castle do a majority of the ball handling. You get De'Aaron Fox back, who's a true point guard and definitely a dominant scorer. So if I had to lean, I would lean Spurs minus 3.5. Excuse me, just with that, just with Josh Giddey being on the injury report. Now I know Luke Cornett is a big player for us. Would definitely love to have his services here as our backup big with Wemby, because I know we were putting out a two big man lineup with Wemby and Luke Cornett on the court, and it was actually working pretty well. Now, if Luke Cornett is not a go for this game, you're going to see more of Kelly Olynyk. I don't know what's going on with Biyombo, but I'm just not sure. But Yeah, I definitely lean Spurs -3.5 with how the injury report is looking. I think we can come in there and get the outright win. And win about 4 points. I know, you're getting over a bucket with the Bulls. And I know that's tempting, but I think we're just much better with Fox back. I mean, you have to understand, we're 7-2 without our number one point guard. And Dylan Harper, our backup point guard and rookie second round pick, has missed the last, 2-3 games and won't be back. So, De'Aaron Fox coming back. I know he had 24 points against the Pelicans. He looked really good, looked really comfortable as well. I think you're to get an even more gritty effort from him. That was his first game back against the Pelicans, divisional opponent. Yes, we did not cover the 10.5 points at home, but we were blowing out the Pelicans. The Pelicans just got the backdoor cover. We still ended up winning that game by 7 anyway, so the Pelicans were not really a threat. But the Bulls, like I said, man, they're just so good ATS, and they're just so good at home. It's really hard to fade them, but I'm fading them here. I lean the Spurs -3.5. I just think that we're the better basketball team, and with how the injury report is looking, I think we can sneak in here and get maybe a 5-6 point win. So, yeah, lean Spurs -3.5 in this one. Next game up, we got the Milwaukee Bucks at the Dallas Mavericks, 8:30 p.m. EST. Bucks are currently favored by 2.5, over under 229.5. Quick injury update. Derek Lively II is listed as doubtful. Anthony Davis and Daniel Gafford are both listed as game time decisions, and Taurean Prince is listed as a game time decision for the Bucks. Listen, I cannot trust the Mavericks. I don't see how you can bet the Mavericks here. The Mavericks are really, really bad. They're really bad, and I know they just won. They beat the Wizards, and they barely covered. Barely, they got the back door and ended up covering. I don't trust them at all. I don't care where this game is. I really don't. Even though the Bucks are on a back-to-back with travel, just having to play a competitive game against the Houston Rockets, I think the Bucks are going to come in this game and be like, "Listen, we gave up a game to the Houston Rockets in which we should have won." They were dominating that game early. I was watching that game while I was in Danville at the casino, and man, like the Bucks really looked good, man. They were shooting the 3-ball very well. They were doing good defensively. Giannis was getting whatever he wanted, but Houston just broke him down. And ended up pulling it out. And I think the Bucks are going to be hungry right here. Even though they're on the back-to-back with travel, I still think they're the better basketball team here. I don't care if Anthony Davis and Dale Gafford both play in this game. I don't care. Give me the Bucks -2.5. I just do not like this Mavericks team. They're not playing good basketball. Their front office is on the absolute hot seat right now with the start right now. They're bad defensively. I just don't see how you can lean the Mavericks right here. I just don't. So give me the Bucks -2.5. I think they come in here and win this game easily. And player props, take Giannis overs. If Giannis plays in this game, take his overs. I think he has a dominant game here in this one. So yeah, lean Bucks -2.5 for sure. Mavericks are not to be trusted. Close to being on the do not bet list. Next game up, we have the New Orleans Pelicans at the Phoenix Suns, 9:00 p.m. EST. Suns are currently favored by 8.5, over under 225.5. Draymond Green is out for the Phoenix Suns, and Yves Missy is listed as a game time decision for the Pelicans. Zion Williamson is still out for the Pelicans as well. I know the Suns have been playing really, really good basketball as of late. They've been playing really, really good. And Jalen Green looked really, really good for the Suns, but him being out already, oh boy. And I know the Suns play hand shoulders better basketball at the crib. I know. And I really do not want to fade the Suns, but I just feel like that this is a spot where the Pelicans can come in here and get a backdoor cover. I really do. With how, because, the Pelicans, we just saw the Pelicans play against my favorite team, San Antonio Spurs. And we were favored by 10.5, and we were hand shoulders better than that team, but then they just kept on hitting shots, kept on hitting threes, and They got the backdoor cover. They end up losing by 7. Now they're getting 8.5 on the road at Phoenix. And I think we're a better basketball team than Phoenix. I know you guys smell the Pelicans just covering this game. I just think that the Pelicans are just going to find a way to cover the 8.5. I think they still lose the game. Don't get me wrong. But I just think this game is going to be competitive. I think both teams are going to be pretty decent offensively. Man, it just would not shock me if the Pelicans covered this, and that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to lean the Pelicans plus 8.5 here. I just think that they do enough. I really do. I just think they do enough to keep this game close. I think they probably lose this game by 4 or 5 points, getting us the easy cover. Like I said, Phoenix, I don't like Jalen Green already being out. Phoenix has been playing really, really good basketball, and they play their best basketball at the crib. But like I said, this is just one of those spots. This is just one of those feelings for me where the Pelicans are going to be losing this game. They'll probably be down like 14, 15 points. And then late in the fourth quarter, you just see them inching closer and closer and closer. And by the end of the game, Pelicans have lost by 5, 6 points. And they didn't got the cover. So, yeah. Give me the Pelicans plus the 8.5. Just one of those feelings. Not really too in love with it, but, man, when you have one of those feelings, man, you just got to go for it. So give me the Pelicans plus 8.5. Next game up, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves at the Utah Jazz. 9 o'clock p.m. EST. Timberwolves are currently favored by 7.5. Over under 234.5. Quick injury update. Terrence Shannon Jr. is a game-time decision. And Taylor Hendricks for the Utah Jazz is also a game-time decision. Not going to spend too much time on this game. I'm not really too in love with it in the first place anyway, but the Timberwolves are on a back-to-back with travel. You know what we like to do. Fade the teams that are on a back-to-back, especially with travel. Utah's played really, really good basketball at home. I think they are undefeated ATS at home. So, and this is a revenge spot for the Utah Jazz after they got their doors blown off in the NBA Cup game in Minnesota. Now Minnesota has come back to Utah, where it's a tough place to play. I think Utah is like, listen, we got to get our get back for that 40-point ass whooping that they took. Give me Utah plus a 7.5 right here. You know, this is one of these games where Minnesota, a lot of people are going to bet Minnesota because they're playing really, really well. And listen, I don't blame you. I really don't. Especially with Walker Kessler being out for the season. That really sucks for the Utah Jazz, but everybody's going to be on the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves are going to pull the Timberwolves. They're going to fuck around and lose this game outright. They're going to mess around and lose this game outright. So, with that being said, I like Utah here. They're covered in 7.5. I think that's way too many points for a good ATS team at home. And like I said, it's a revenge spot for the Utah Jazz. I think they're going to remember that, and I think they're going to play their hearts out right here. I think they're going to want to take it to the Timberwolves and not let their foot off the gas. And like I said, the Timberwolves on the back-to-back with travel. So, yeah, everything right here leans me to Utah to cover this game. And sprinkle a little bit on Utah to get the outright upset in this one. Next game up. And the final game of today's slate, we got the Atlanta Hawks at the Los Angeles Clippers, 10:30 p.m. EST. Clippers are currently favored by 5.5, over under 220.5. Quick injury news. Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Jalen Johnson are both game-time decisions. That is big for the Atlanta Hawks. Bradley Beal and Jordan Miller are both game-time decisions for the LA Clippers. That's huge as well. Pause. And Kawhi Leonard is still out for the Clippers. Now, if you've been watching my YouTube channel, you know how I feel about the Los Angeles Clippers. They are not to be trusted. Clippers are not to be trusted. And y'all already know what I'm finna do. Give me the Hawks plus the 5.5. I'm not going to sit right here and lay 5.5 points with the Clippers, and the Clippers have been terrible. And now you have Bradley Beal as a game-time decision. I'd be surprised if he even plays. I think he's going to sit this game. Kawhi Leonard is out. Man, I don't trust the Clippers here. I don't. I really don't. I think the Hawks match up very, very well with the Clippers. I don't care about them being in the Intuit Dome at 10:30. I don't care. I really do not care. The Clippers have just been that bad. That bad. They have a good roster, but they're playing like shit. Simple as that. And I know the Hawks were out Trae Young, but it doesn't matter. Give me the Hawks plus a 5.5. Sprinkle a little bit on the Hawks to get the outright win. Clippers just have to show me. They don't have to show me. And until they show me, I'm going to keep on fading this team. I'm making money off of fading them. My last bet against the Clippers was the Miami Heat plus the points in LA, and they won the game outright. That's why I said, man, you just cannot trust the Clippers. You can't. The only way the Clippers cover this game is if James Harden goes nuclear. Simple as that. Simple as that. That's the only way to cover this game. Only way. I think the Hawks can hang around in this game. And like I said, I think this game can be close late. And they can potentially win this game outright. So, yeah, give me the Hawks plus a 5.5 and sprinkle a little bit on the Hawks to get the outright win. But that's going to wrap it up for today's NBA picks and predictions for November 10th. If you like these videos, please subscribe, like the videos. Thank you very much. And share these videos with more people like you. It really helps out the algorithm to get these picks out to people just looking for free picks, free opinions, to boost their confidence in what they want to play as well. If you want my personal bets, they will be in the Discord. I'll post that link in there. Also, if you haven't already, go tap in with my boy at Marquee Picks. He also comes out with videos like this, and he also specializes in the player props. He is also in the Discord as well. So can't stress it enough. Get in that Discord if you want both of our free plays on soccer, NFL, basketball, college football, whatever it is. Get in that Discord. But without further ado, this is Deshaun Raw, host of the Belt to the Bucks YouTube channel, and I'm out of here. Peace.